We are live on a Friday. How is everyone tonight? We had Lars in here first, and Dan E. Boyd, the one-eyed cat. And by the way, if you guys haven't noticed, sometimes people like Lars and sometimes, Dan E. Boyd, an unfinished project, and the one-eyed cat and Colleen and some of these folks will continue to post American flags in the chat. And if you can't find it, it's because it's an iPhone emoji. And the YouTube emoji palette doesn't have it, of course, because they're not in America. They're in California. So if you have an iPhone, that's where you'll find it. If there is one available to you through the YouTube platform, like on the live streams, I don't know where it is. But anyway, that's the deal with that. Because we think it's kind of cool and we love our country and we like the flags in there. 6th Street Garage is here. He always asks us about giveaways, and we're going to do a giveaway tonight. A giveaway or two. Matthew is here. Buff Del Campo. I need to ask Buff about a radiator. I got a question for you about a radiator, Buff. I'll pitch you up later about that. Colleen, a.k.a. Mama M to the third power. Vintage Adventurer Drives says he's at work. He'll be in the background throughout the night. Well, cool. Hopefully hanging out here will kind of make the time go quicker. Pure Pontiac Garage, Lunar Outlaw, Turbo Tom 416. By the way, Lunar Outlaw, there is a link below in the description here. If you are interested in the Carb Buddy or Lunar's products in general, he has a website link. It's in the description. A discount for the No Name Nationals community with a promo code is in there. Just thought I'd mention that. I appreciate it when people in the community, are industrious. They have businesses and products, and I like to help out. Turbo Tom 416, the official pace car of the 4th annual AHRA No Name Nationals. Kim Fixes Things, Crystal Kilgore. In here before Mohawk. Lars has the link to register. And Danny Boyd says no iPhone here, but he had the flags up. So Danny Boyd has figured out another place. It's either a different phone or maybe it could be a browser. I'm not sure. Yeah, Colleen's done it with Android. Okay, so Android has it. I think it's just a YouTube app. Of course, it displays like this on StreamYard, but I know on YouTube it displays as flags. Rapid Transit J, Blue Grid Garage Walter. There's Mohawk. Bad Tree Blake says Heathens Assemble. How's it going, Mr. Blake? Glad you're here. I'm working on redoing the intro to just freshen it up a little bit. Blake is in the intro in the Duster, and the intro, of course, has to have some Bad Tree action in it. Of course, that goes without saying. So I think they're going to like what I'll do. It's in the works. Rapid Transit J, Lone Ridge Garage. Lone Ridge Garage is in the No Name 500. He's got 138 days and 3 hours and 55 minutes to make it. He can absolutely do it. If you've not yet checked out Lone Ridge Garage, go over to his channel, check him out. Cool guy. I want to see him make it. I have no doubt that he can. It's just he's starting slow so he can finish strong. Bobby Frizzell is here. Howdy. Well, Danny Boyd copies and pastes it. He's hardcore, man. Junkyard Delta. Crystal uses a Moto G5. I don't know what that is. Do any of you guys here have a phone that folds in half? I mean, it's like the size of an iPhone Pro Max, but it folds in half and turns into this little brick-looking thing. Any of y'all have that? I didn't even know that was a thing. Max Wedge Dick Dastardly is here. Glad you're here. Patrick Blake says he's sitting poolside with MM78 and Branson. Glad I wasn't drinking anything when I read that. T's Good Times Garage is here, who is now registered for the No Name Nationals. That's going to be interesting. We'll see if he wants to come see if he can win a second bracket championship. Always good to see T. Glad he's in. Blake says, kidding. No kidding. But if you're lurking, bring beer to Fun Mountain. Do you know the tax you would pay on that, Blake? Really? About ready to break 100? You can do it. Hey, how many subs do you have right now, Lone Ridge Garage? How many do you have right now? And yeah, a lot of folks in here are going to be subscribed. Old McDonald has a car, says, I'm here until our house guests arrive from funeral, I believe. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Funerals are never the way you want to see all your friends and your family. But you know what? I at least appreciate that about them, as it brings everybody in. Give me just a second. I keep my messages up while I go live because there's stuff that pertains to this. And so we've got a giveaway item coming in right now. So how many subscribers do you have right now, Lone Ridge Garage? You say you're about to break 100. 95. Tell you what, if you've not yet subscribed to Lone Ridge Garage, go over, check out his channel. If you have subscribed to Lone Ridge Garage, share it out somewhere. Share it out on Facebook, Instagram, community post, just somewhere. Let's see if we can get him 100 tonight. And then soon we're going to kick off the Shorts Challenge for the No Name 500. That's always fun. And guess what? Everybody who did the Shorts Challenge last year made it. That was not a coincidence. The One-Eyed Cat says, I'm taking my Valiant to a celebration of life tomorrow, weather permitting. Right on. You know what? And I really like the whole idea of the celebration of life because, you know, when people have obituaries posted online and then they have the place for people to leave comments, there's a lot of people leave condolences and they say, I'm so sorry for your loss. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But I always try to be different. I want to put something in there, and not different for me, but different for the person reading it, and say, I want to leave a good memory in there. One of my good memories of that person. And give them something good to think about lived. Yes, and we need a link for Lone Ridge Garage too. If I can do that, I'll do it. Oh, it's so much harder to do. Freezing up early this evening. Yeah, I don't know what in the world causes that. Where's the link for him? We're going to have a link for him here in just a second. I don't know how I managed to do that. I had that pause. I was wondering why I wasn't making noise. Okay, let me get you a link for him right now. There we go. Lars has got it. Cool. There's the link for Lone Ridge Garage. I'm going to pin that link. There we go. Link is pinned. Check him out. As always, they have to earn your sub. And we're going to do, I got to do something. I need to put some laundry in the dryer here in like 20 minutes. You know, I have no idea how long it takes that washer to run because I've never once sat and actually timed it. I always just put the stuff in and then work a half a day and come back, and there's always just this paper mache of wet clothes in the bottom. Then I throw them in the dryer and they turn back into clothes. So I don't really know how long it takes. I thought, well, gosh, this ought to be done before the live. And sure enough, it wasn't. So I'm like, oh, man, I hate having to do that. So I'm going to bail for like 2 minutes here at the bottom of the hour, throw some stuff in the dryer, and be right back. But for your patience and hanging out and waiting for me, we're going to give some stuff away. So at the bottom of the hour, we're going to be giving away the different style of Car Buddy from Lunar Outlaw Garage. He sent me a special edition one that's for sale on the website, but he says he's going to be giving away a red one. It'll be like this, except red. It's going to be the hat style that goes on the carb as opposed to the bowl style that goes on the intake. So he's giving one of those away. We're going to give it away at the bottom of the hour when I come back from putting clothes in the dryer. Grand Pito Vic, how's it going? Thanks for dropping by. Rust before holes. I'm in the same boat as Lone Wrench. I've got 145. I need that 500. Hey, you can do it. You can do it. And I've watched your stuff, man. You got it going on. Just got to put enough stuff out there that people start finding you, and then it takes off. So tell you what, we're gonna leave the link up for a little while for Lone Wrench Garage. That's definitely till he gets his 100. If he doesn't have it already, we're gonna leave that up for a little bit. Then we're gonna put the link for Rust Before Holes. How about that? We're going to try to jumpstart some things for you guys. And we're going to do the Shorts Challenge. I think I'm going to do the Shorts Challenge earlier this year than last year. Drop a link, please. Yes, Lars, the link is pinned. Grand Pito Vic, the link is pinned at the top. So if you would, share it on your social media. We want more people to find out about these great channels. Hey, thank you. Thank you for joining the community. Yeah, and a lot of you guys are already subscribed, but that's the purpose of sharing it out. We want to help our friends. This is the giveaway hat right here. I think this is probably the very one he's shipping out. It's a nice looking red. It's got a place for your accessories, sockets, 10mm sockets that aren't lost, nuts that you don't want to find their way all the way down to an intake valve, stuff like that. And it goes on the carburetor, goes on a 4150 style carb. And we're going to give that away at the bottom of the hour. The bottom of the first hour. We've got other stuff to give away too. Mean Street Mopar. Now, Mean Street, we're not going to be having your link up tonight. You certainly go check out his channel, subscribe to him, but he's a lot closer. So we're going to work with the guys who've got a little farther to go first. But let me tell you, Mean Street Mopar Ken is going to get it. This is his year. This is going to happen. LSS Drone Photography says, hello, everybody. Hope all's doing well. And by the way, LSS Drone, he's going to be coming to the Jeep show a week from tomorrow. So not tomorrow, but the next Saturday. I'm planning to take the old man's Jeep to a Jeep show in Botetourt County. And LSS Drone Photography says he will be there and get drone footage of the event. So that place is going to be packed with Jeeps. It's put on by the Star City Jeepers in Roanoke, and I think it's cool. And it's like right below where my aunt lives. So I said, well, this is cool. It's a good day to go spend with family, get out the old man's Jeep, and have a good time. And it looks like we might get some really cool drone footage of that event, too. Old McDonald says, give away a 750 double pumper. Well, maybe. You want to sponsor the giveaway? You know what? I think it's entirely possible we'll give away a carb one of these days before too long. We might do that. We might give away a carb. Grand Pito Vic parked up garage and I went to the junkyard and pulled a new to me Gen 4 LS harness. Okay, cool. Hopefully you'll do what you need. And here is the link to Mean Street Mopar. If you're not yet subscribed, go check him out. We're going to leave Lone Wrench pinned for a while. Then we're going to go to Rust Before Holes sometime here in the middle of live. We want to help these guys out. They can definitely do it. You know what? It would be wonderful if this was the first year that all of the No Name 500 made it. The average is about 72 to 73% of No Name 500 competitors make it. And we can beat that this year. Danny Boyd says, my only carburetor is a single barrel. And what, in that truck, is it a 300 with an ace on it? Is that what it is? Don is getting one of these in blue that matches the interior of the car. You getting one or getting two? Vintage Adventurer Drives, who is our first No Name 500 alumnus of 2025, says, I've been watching Mean Street Mopar get closer and closer. I'm keeping an eye on that. Oh, yeah, he can definitely do it. I don't know what Ken just like the drama because he's so got this. He's so got this. He's got a lot of good stuff going on. he's really gotten better and better on camera and presenting because he's been doing this. And the parts he's got are cool. Everything is good. It's going to click for him. I still want to do a tailgate rebuild with him on that 904. Ken, if you did that, you would get your subs over just that. I bet you if we did that one weekend, you would have your subs that weekend. LSS Drone says, I'm coming, and I've talked to another professional photographer and videographer, and he says he's going to come also. Oh, my goodness. Going to be some highfalutin video come out of that event. Laura says, I hope you've been practicing your Jeep wave. I don't know. So here's the thing. I'm not a Jeep guy per se. I mean, they have the ducks and all that weird stuff they do, which is fine. I don't know any of that. All I know is the old man loved his Jeeps, and I'll take this one. And what would be nice, and I had actually planned on getting it out first, was his old Jeep. The 80s, the late model. He has a 54 Willys also, which I have. But the engine in that thing is a 220'd up. It doesn't run yet. And the plan was I was going to get it out. And my plan was to enter it in the 2021 Veterans Day Parade here in Christiansburg and surprise him and pick him up in it. And, of course, that didn't come to fruition. He didn't live long enough to see that happen. So that took all urgency, just kicked the wind out of my sails on that Jeep. But his white Jeep is running and good, just needs a few little odds and ends, like that door fixed. But yeah, I'll take it to this. And we'll get to the Willys. We'll get to the Willys eventually. Heavens Mopar Scott said that last Jeep video was hilarious. Thanks for the laugh. Okay, so for those of you who haven't seen it, I decided to make a video of the test drive of the Jeep. It's the first time it's been driven in 2 years. I took a little ride around the neighborhood and came back. And not that anybody wants to see it, but so I guess there's several. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna play it because I've got it cropped out. Let's see here. Oh goodness, that's a bunch of messages back. I've also was live doing an evaluation of it. I took the spark plugs out, sprayed some WD-40 in there, got under it, made some notes on parts I need and stuff, and I did all that. Oh gosh, and I found I need to come up with this. I found a bottle of Dr. Pepper that had to have been when I took it to the Jeep show in Dublin, the only other time I've taken it anywhere. And here is, I don't know here is, I clipped this out of the live stream of drinking a 2-year-old Dr. Pepper. I just thought I'd try it. I'm going to just put it up on the screen here. All right, we'll try it. I don't know if you guys can see me or not. Stuff's flat. All right. Still suds a little. Smells okay. All right. Pretty flat. Stuff looks like rust water. All right, I did it. 2-year-old Dr. Pepper. So anyway, fun stuff, whatever, right? I'm gonna get caught up to where you need a bungee cord for your Jeep door. I've done that before, but the problem is it's hard for anybody to ride and have that. I'm going to fix it the right way. What it is there's a body bracket that has cracked because it's just sheet metal. And that's with that thing cracked, it flexes out, and that's what causes the door to pop open. So all I have to do to fix it is just wire wheel that down, pull it back in place, and tack weld it. And it's solid. And Dad would never let me do that. But I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it next week. I remembered at about 2:45 today that I needed a bottle of gas for my welder, and he closes at 3. So I'm like, well, it's next week now. That's all right. Well, I'm going to do it next week anyway. So Nothing. No problem there. Danny Boyd says it's a Carter YF. I've never worked on one of those. LS Drone wants some great video footage. Yeah, I agree. It's going to be cool. It's going to be fun. Vintage Adventure Drive says Main Street Mopars at first. Oh, did he? Because they were tied. I will move him up on the leaderboard. Right on. Brazil says, I've done a lot of work on Willie's Jeeps over the years. Great vehicles. I may holler at you when I get into that one. I remember that the last time he ever tried to get it running was when I was a little kid. And I know it was before I was 11 years old because it was when we lived in the little white house. So I don't know how much younger than that. I mean, I think it was all out of time. I think that was the biggest thing. It was all out of time. Yeah, whatever. I don't think it's going to be a big deal. Crystal says, that was interesting. The door isn't a great phone holder if it keeps open. Well, it's a great phone holder. It's perfect because there's no weather stripping. And you can wedge the phone in there just perfectly between the glass and the door, and it stays. I mean, it was staying from the door opening and closing. Of course, the bad news is the only view you get is just me, and I'd rather it be where you could see out too. But that was just a real easy way to hold the phone. So, whatever, something different. Am I buffering? Yes. I don't know why. I'm plugged into the hard line. I need to update some drivers or some kind of something. I don't even know what causes that. Vintage Adventure Drive says he's at work hoping it stays slow, waiting to get my new job and more time off. Well, my job will give me as much time off as I want, but I'll starve to death if I take too much. Bungee cords are a friend. I agree. But in this case, it's really hard to do because it's so close to your passenger. That's the problem. Mater's in the house. Howdy. He says, hello all. The funny part is I took 2 sips. I would have thought one was enough. No. I needed it to be a clear and convincing sip. The first time it was a taste. Second time, all right, let's do it right. No ill effects at all. I didn't even taste the aftertaste. Like I could still taste it about 20 seconds later, but that's about it. Evans Mopars thinks I need to give that Dr. Pepper away. I offered it to Lars, but no takers. So it got recycled, and somebody else 100 years from now will be drinking it. Went back to the earth. Mater says he's going to be on Garage Trivia tonight for I Spider, and we'll need votes. Okay. The view from the doors changing perspective is pretty cool. Well, yeah, it might be even cooler if I had it on the outside, but I don't know if it would wedge on the outside. That sounds kind of risky anyway. Duct tape and electrical tape. Well, but it was on the parallel of the glass. I can come up with something. I'm thinking about when I take the Jeep, I'm going to live stream the ride, probably the ride back, because the ride up is going to be at crazy o'clock in the morning. So probably the ride back. Twisted Mopar Dennis is here. Howdy. Thanks for coming by. Crystal says duct tape and electrical tape were helpful too. I probably don't want to know what all you have duct tape and electrical tape for. Probably nefarious activities. Twisted Mopar Garage says Dart Sport indeed. My friend Billy Farmer was looking at the comments on that last video, and he saw the Dart Sport, and so he decided to leave a comment that says Pinto. He's a Ford guy. That Dart Sport thing's really taken on a life of its own. Vintage Adventure Drive says I finally got a window mount for my camera. Get video ripping around my satellite. Yeah, you know what? It's amazing how many workarounds there are. But you know, we have all the workarounds, and yet there's so many better ways to do it. And I'm guilty as anybody. I'm wedging phones and everything else. But Crystal says, no, that's what candles are for. I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know. I need to come up with some better mounts and such. And I'll tell you, I'm so fed up with the inconsistency and problems that people have with GoPros, timing out, and the GoPros and the faux pros, the fake GoPros. They all seem to have these problems where you lose footage on them and all of that. You know what I think I'm just going to do? I have an older iPhone SE, and that camera is plenty good. I'll just use it. I don't know why not. Use your old iPhones that still have great cameras and are way more reliable, have more battery and everything. Grampito Vic says, I'm going on with a print shop. I ordered a shirt from a channel. It took me 2 months and 4 emails, and I still got the wrong shirt. Ordered a shirt from a channel? Oh, well, I have no idea. I know that we do our shirts with Gunslinger Graphics. He does outstanding work. He did the No Name Nationals Special Edition 2024 shirts. Lunar Outlaw Garage says, I stopped using GoPros unless it's a sacrificial camera. Yeah, I'm telling you, you would think that. Yeah, okay, well, cool. But I will say, in general, a lot of channels have their merch handled by Gunslinger Graphics, our own Tony Ross here in the community, and he fulfills for them. We do a mixture with him because we ship out winnings. Like, we're going to give away a shirt tonight too, and that shirt's going to go out top of the week next week. I won't be around this weekend, but it'll go around top of the week next week. And everybody does it differently. Some people fulfill, some people, have inventory. We have inventories. One reason we can always send them out. So whatever. I have another thing like this I need to do, One-Eyed Cat. I think I'm going to make all of them. Here's a link to Gunslinger Graphics. And I don't know how many channels he has over there, but you can order official No Name Nationals merch over there and lots of other channels. So, and that ships directly from Gunslinger Graphics, and they have a wonderful reputation for everything they do. Their quality is great. Their fulfillment is great. I highly recommend them. If you want shirts for your channel, that's a good place to go. Or hats and hoodies. They do excellent work. Don, I want to do that. I want to do that for each year. Brazil says, I got to make up a new run of shirts. Just need to come up with some new artwork. Well, hit up Tony. He's the one to talk with. Hit up Tony at Tony's Hot Rod Garage. He is a year 2 No Name 500 alumnus, along with the One-Eyed Cat. And Tony is a rock star. He drove from Arizona for the first No Name Nationals as a spectator. Said this is way too much fun. Got his subs and showed up the second year as a participant. Came the third year. That guy, he gets it done, as does Don. This is a very much get with the program community here on YouTube. You're the doers. You're the doers. That's why you're here. Yeah, the artwork is an interesting part of it. The No Name National shirts are really simple. Like, I don't have a channel shirt per se, but that if you want to say that's my channel shirt or whatever, but everything they make doesn't make much. We don't want to gouge anybody, but what little we make goes into the event. Actually, everything I make on the YouTube channel itself goes into the event, which is, again, isn't much, but every little bit helps. I don't do YouTube for the income. I do YouTube for the outcome. And the outcome is if we can put on an event where everybody gets to get together in the middle of the country once a year and have a great time and have a big family reunion, and we grill and we do burnouts and we race and have a great time, that is the outcome that we want. Grand Pito Vic says, have a great night, everyone. I need to get some stuff finished up for work tomorrow. We'll let you play on the TV. Well, cool, man. Thanks for coming by. We appreciate you. Grand Pito Vic's got good community spirit. I like that. Lunar says, that's a good way of saying, I don't do it for the income, I do it for the outcome. Yeah, that's the way it is. And the same thing with firearm training. I don't do it for the income. I do it for the outcome. I put all my money back into the class. Now, real estate, now I do that for the income because I got to eat. Andrew Nelson says the Camaro went 885 at 154. Video will be out Sunday. Right on, man. Love it. So this is going to be the kind of question that is just so up Andrew Nelson's alley. It won't even be funny. How much, and I know this is going to vary, this probably could be a topical question when we have him on sometime. How much variation is there between the average you get that is your mile per hour at the finish line and the actual terminal speed at the 1320 or the 660? I've read it's about 2 to 3 miles an hour, but I know that's extremely generalized. So that 154 is using a time between the two cones on the top end. But the fact that it's using the time between the two cones on the top end means that you don't know what you're actually running at the last cone. Jesse says, don't see my sticker up yet. I have a board over here and I've been working on, and when I'm going to put that board up right here, yours will be with that. But I'm running out of canvas for this whole shop. I do have Dizzy's sticker. I got Dizzy's shirt too. I wear Dizzy's shirt. Oh, a few times a year I wear Dizzy's shirt. Grandma Vic says, I do it for the fun and the new people I get to meet from all over. Absolutely. That is the reason to do it. Yeah, Dizzy's will be in the case with the new ones. There's a whole group over here that I need to get up on the wall, and I have just really been dragging on it. But it goes right here. But the thing is there's just so many now that what I really need to do. So how many of you guys like this studio set up here the way it is? And how many of you would like to see me go into just a bigger room, you know, obviously behind me, or have a tabletop, kind of like the size of what David Vizard does? So you could have a tabletop and that. So who would prefer that or this? Now, Andrew Nelson says it's 2/10 to 3 miles an hour. Trap is too short to add up to much. I've heard it's a lot more than that. Yeah, it's only 66 feet, but I've heard much bigger numbers, and I've just always wondered. Exactly. That's what I was thinking. Good to see you too, Dizzy. Thanks for coming by, man. LSS Drone is doing drone maintenance tonight. Very cool. Thanks for coming by. Vintage Adventure Drive says, either way, whatever's easiest. Well, it's easiest to not do anything. However, I think it would be kind of fun if I had a table so that I could have things on the live if we need to talk about them. And what I kind of want to do is both. What I want to do, yeah, more live guests. And that's something I could do too. I thought about that. But, you know, I got to tell you, there's so few people who are actually even close to me to do that. It wouldn't really matter. But what I kind of like to do, I like this cat corner. So you can tell I'm in a corner here. I like this setup. But what I thought about doing is I've got about 2/3 more room on the other side of that camera than I have on this side. And so what I thought about is have that to where I could spin at 180, run everything the same, and do my tabletop on the other side. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. LSS Drone says we're supposed to get bad weather around 2 o'clock, so I'm going to get to bed early. Okay. You're going to have bad weather around 2 p.m., so I'm going to get to bed early. Okay. That's kind of wild. Grandma Vic's eating dinner. Yeah, I didn't get lunch till 3 o'clock today. Grandma Vic says, thanks for your live, John Wilburn. Thank you for being here, Grandma Vic. We appreciate you. And I mean that. I appreciate all of you guys for coming by. Since you guys are crashing for the night, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Talk amongst yourselves. Give me about 2 minutes. I'm going to run down. I have got to throw some laundry in the dryer, and I'll be right back. All right, did I do that? 1, 2 minutes? Not bad. What did I miss? Yeah, it's definitely a one-man operation here, so. Brazil says, once you get to the big end, the car's tongue is hanging out anyway, so about 0.2 to 0.3 is all. Okay, that's about right then. I thought it was a little more than that. Just started raining here. It just started raining right before the live here. Terrible weather there, yeah. Cutter Down Garage 303 says, hi, how you doing, sir? Vintage Adventure Drives was looking at everyone's merch. When did you guys start making merch? I feel like I'm far from having that kind of foothold. Well, I don't make it. I've gotten excellent shirts done by Schultz Sign. Schultz has done all of our No Name Nationals traditional shirts. And by the way, do you see that little mark on this one? That's my fault. That's one reason I'm going to do a giveaway. But they're excellent shirts. They're really great shirts. And they made our basic logo shirts. The special edition shirts, the hoodies, the hats, they're done by Gunslinger Graphics. And they are reputable, both of which are reputable people to do work with. So, Mater says, I'm out of here so I can shut down my other garage before it gets darker. I hear that. That was quick. I told you, I hustled, man. And he prints on demand. You're not required to buy 100 shirts. That is right. Dizzy says, how did your Jeep get together go? Did you make it both? I haven't done it yet. That's going to be on May the 10th. And we'll probably be streaming the drive, but maybe the drive up. I don't know, but it'll be early in the morning. I got to roll out early because I can't take the interstate. Even though the interstate takes me straight from here to there, which is nice, I can't take it because that Jeep there's just no way. I mean, I don't know what the gear in that thing is, but it doesn't like it. So I'm going to be taking 460 all the way. And it'll be okay, but there's no such thing as a quick trip in that Jeep. And when you ride in it, you kind of feel like you're falling down a flight of stairs. So, all right, we got a giveaway to do. So, how are we going to do this? I know how we're going to do it. We're going to do it simple tonight. We're going to do it simple tonight. I always have a marker except when I need my marker. Oh, yeah. I always have a marker in my pocket. I don't have the marker in my pocket because stuff in my pocket's in the dryer. But I got a backup marker. All right, let's do this. All right. Let's see how I'm going to do this. All right. All right. We're going to do a giveaway for this. You in here, Brian? Lunar Outlaw? We're going to do a giveaway for the Carb Buddy in red that goes on top of the carb. Giveaway for that right now. If you were here and you very patiently waited for me to come back from my laundry break, as we said. All right, we're going to do it. Here's how we're going to do it. The first person to guess the number I have written on this sheet, I picked the number between 1 and 100. The first person to guess that number will win it. Go. I said the first person to guess a number between 1 and 100, and Heavens Mopar Scots puts up 139. He should almost win for that. One-Eyed Cat tried to be slick and guess my favorite number, but no, it's not 11. Oh, wow. Oh, my gosh, we got the boss in here guessing. Not the right number, but keep going for it. So y'all are close. That's a friend of mine's favorite number there. Haven't seen it yet. Wow, chat's flying. All right, we got a winner. All right. I believe we have a winner. And the thing is, we have a winner, but we have one that has it first. Okay. Okay, the first person to get the number was Rust Before Holes 37. I feel bad for Paula Nelson because she was sitting there on full auto and she got it right after him. Yeah, 37. So congratulations to Rust Before Holes. You win. You win the car, buddy. That was a lot of fun. We're going to do that again later. So winner is Rust Before Holes. You got that, Brian? He wins the car, buddy. And I can get you some info for him. We'll hook him up. Yeah, man. A lot of fun. And Brian's stuff is well made. As I have an OG car, buddy, right here. And, you know, I don't have one of that style yet of the hat. But wonder what that rapid fire chat does to the algorithm. I have no idea. It is fun. I like doing it. Man, if Dakota was in here, he'd have had like 6 accounts posting with his fingers and toes, making that happen. All right, we're gonna do it again. We're gonna wait a little bit. So how about at 9:15? We'll do it again, but it'll be for a No Name Nationals shirt. Oh no, Lunar, it's all good. It's all good. You've been busy making stuff, but the main thing is ship out to Rust Before Holes. Rust Before Holes. I don't remember if I have an address for you that came with your registration, but if you don't mind, you should have an email from me when you registered. Send me over a good shipping address, and we'll get that. If Dizzy had 37, he wins. I'll make it square, but I don't know. I didn't see it. Are you in here by chance, Lars? Or Colleen? Don't you have a second place? Yeah, we're gonna have a second. We'll have a second drawing. You get to start all over, completely fresh. I remember the last time I had to guess the number. Paula Nelson was all over too. It was to guess how many splines are on 727 Sprague, the outer race. Yeah, please do. And check and see if Dizzy had 37 first, because if Dizzy had 37 first, we're going to hook him up. So take a look at that, if you would. Colleen that's a Colleen thing if ever there one was. So check that out for me. See if he got it first. Did Dizzy have 30? Because the chat was moving so fast for me. If Dizzy got 37 first, we're going to hook him up too. We're going to hook him up too. In fact, what we'll do is, if Dizzy's right, okay, I didn't see it, but this is why I want to check. I'm glad you said that, because I even scrolled back and didn't see it. It was moving so fast. It's the fastest chat's moving in a long time. So we're going to hook Dizzy up too. Dizzy's going to get his card buddy also. How about that? We're going to take care of him. Yeah, I hadn't seen the chat move that fast. I don't know how long. I think it's because I had you guys given a number. When I have you researching something, the guesses come in a little slower. Yeah, I love it. Cool. Good deal. Good deal. Yeah, we always want to do our absolute best to get it right. Right on, man. I'm glad you won. You won the Drive Line Down Award at the second annual No Name Nationals. Oh, I don't know. I was watching the chat really closely, but I think what it was is they were coming in so fast. Like I can only get about 12 on a screen, and they were jumping so fast. His must have actually jumped clear from below the visibles to above the visibles, and I never even saw it. I usually try to scroll back and make sure, but man, you guys were all over that. You were like hungry like wolves to win that thing. I love it. I think it's great. So yes, Dizzy and Rusty Four Holes have won a Card Buddy hat style Card Buddy. Cool. That was fun. We're still going to do another giveaway at 9:15. I shouldn't tell people wins. You're like, okay, now we can go fix a sandwich. Whatever. That's all good. But I like to have them for the people who are here. So I don't advertise them doing a giveaway because I don't want people just to show up for the giveaway. I want people to come hang out with the community. And if we just randomly want to give something away, we do. Landon Custom Classics is here. Howdy. Lars is really good like that. Man, Lars is the man. Look at that. I call Lars my lieutenant. He's great. Vintage Adventure Drive says, it seems I'm getting to stay at work late. Yay. Right on. And just like that, we've got info for the Car Buddy. I can take care of that little admin thing right there. Brian, that's Rust Before Holes. Has a very unique name. Who are you named after, Rust Before Holes? I've never seen that name before. Cave Dave is here. Howdy. Thanks for coming by. You know, knowing the Nelsons, they're probably statistically figuring out what the odds of the next number are, and a whole family of smart people that's good at math. Crystal says Mohawk is being weird. Yeah, it's okay. I don't have a weird hour here, so you got to entertain yourselves how you can. Bigfoots and Mopars said, I'm a day worker since this week. Oh, congratulations. Glad you like that. I would hate working nights, I think. Slant Daily Garage says, what's up, suckers? Yep, Colleen's got me hooked up with that too. Good. Thank you, guys. Good admin people here. Really, they are. The best community on YouTube, but that group right there is just outstanding for helping me with the admin stuff. Evans Mopar says FK6. What is that, a color code? Green. Dizzy says, I have to do an eviction on the Paris, Tennessee. Oh, I thought it was getting listed. You've got tenants you still got to get out of there? Oh, my goodness. Served papers on the 15th, gave them till June the 15th. You give them more time than I ever have. Man. In Virginia, on day 1, you give them a pay rent or quit. On day 5, you give them an unlawful detainer. Or day 6, an unlawful detainer. And on day 11, you're scheduled with the sheriff's office. Crystal Kilgore says Mohawks was orange back in the day when he had hair, had the Mohawk. They refused to leave, right? Well, I'll tell you what was miserable was during the COVID eviction moratorium. They're like, hey, it's free rent now. A lot of them did that. No change in income, nothing. They just said, oh, I don't have to pay rent anymore. Burned over a lot of landowners for 14 months in Virginia. I thought that was just criminal to not have those proceedings for 14 months. No rent in a year. I had one I had to get rid of. Got a nice big judgment on her too. Day 7, you're hauling their stuff to the curb. Different in each state. One-eyed cat wants to get dishes done before Wendy gets home. She doesn't get mad, but she does get thankful. That's cool. Lunar says that whole no rent thing put a lot of people out of business up here. Because of that, the rent almost doubled. Yeah, it's a mess. That should not have happened. I mean, I can understand some grace for that. Oh, and in court, here's another thing too. 14 months of eviction moratoriums in Virginia. But also, in addition to that, they weren't denying anybody as an excuse to not show up for court if they just said they had COVID. They didn't have to have a doctor's note or anything. I think for a little while they would just take it if they just said it. And so they just got a free pass on failure to appears for months. That shouldn't have happened either. Now, do you think that my mortgagee, the person who I was paying my mortgage, do you think that person cared? No. I mean, I still got to pay my bills just the same. My income went down under COVID, and my bills did nothing but go up because they had to squeeze everybody a little bit tighter. It was just a mess. Thankful is a lot more fun. Being thankful is a lot of fun, yes. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Well, when the people who get in office by collecting the votes of the people who have not for a reason, dismantle all the people who have, eventually there won't be anybody who has to make anything go around, and it all just falls apart. So, Junkyard D said, you just described my night, hauling others' crap out to the curb. Well, the lendee, the mortgagee is the lender, the mortgagor is the borrower. Dizzy said a report today said West Virginia is losing more people every day than any other state. Well, I totally believe that. I mean, Bluefield is that way. Yeah, I believe that. West Virginia is also, I think it's in the top 3 least populated states. It may be, I think it is the most populous, but I'm thinking it's in the top 3 least populous for land area too. Lunar says that whole thing was a feature, not a bug. Yeah, it's a lot to suggest as much. Justin Hill says, hi from Idaho. How you doing, sir? Glad you were here. Rusty Four Holes says, my mom went on a field trip when she was 13 and saw an Indian she thought was cute, and his name was Juana. So I got lucky and got a girl's name. Okay, there's a nice story behind that. Evans Mopar says, my Aunt Kathy passed away. There were others living there. And now my cousin Mike can't get them to leave, nor will the police make them. Squatters' rights. Squatters' rights thing to me is infuriating. Bruce here says, I had to choose between watching a streaming orchestra concert or coming here, at least for a little while. Imagine the cognitive dissonance involved in that decision. That's my favorite comment of the night. You'll never see that comment in this chat again. That's great. Well, I'm glad you're here for a little while. I'm glad you're here. That's a fantastic comment. That's a fantastic comment. That made my night right there, Bruce. Crystal Kilgore said, okay, who had the little one I was sharing? Red Vines liquor. You know what? Speaking of Red Vines, I can't stand those things. Twizzlers are good. I thought some of the best licorice around back in the day, Walmart's licorice. Whoever was made that stuff made it with real molasses, and it was great. But the Red Vines, they just taste weird. I like Twizzlers, though. The only time I ever eat that stuff is when I go to the movie theater. I go to the movie theater maybe once a year, and I always grab a big old bag of Twizzlers. It's the best. Matthew says, I don't believe there was or is COVID. Okay. Well, there's all kinds of crazy inaccurate reporting surrounding COVID, but I believe it exists. Yes, Bruce, that was extremely entertaining. Thank you for posting that. Justin Hill says, I don't like black licorice. I love the dark brown molasses licorice. It is the stuff. But you can't find it anymore. Most places don't make it right. Movie at No Name Nationals this year. I told you guys if we had 150 pre-registrations by Memorial Day, I'd commit to it like that. And we're behind. And what happens is we have this lull every spring where the registrations dip, and they surge up at the end. I mean, we're on par to have the same turnout we have every year. The problem is we need people to register early for that, because then I've got more discretion in the budget to do things like this earlier. See, right now the event's not covered. It will be. It comes together. It always does. But I'm not going to take a chance on it. You know, I wouldn't want some really bad weather to come up and a whole bunch of the last minute Larrys just go, nah, I'll save it. Well, because then I'm burned. See, it will be coming out of pocket. So if we're going to do the movie, that movie is a pretty expensive proposition. So I'd love to do it, but we need more people to register. Crystal Kilgore says, we'll be bringing some kind of candy again. That's cool. Justin Hill says 139 days till the No Name Nationals. 138 days, 3 hours to be exact. But yes, Cutter Down Garage, I would love to do a movie. And when we do a movie, we do it right. I actually get a screening license and everything. We really, look, we have a real tech program. We do, legit with the movie, everything. There is a No Name Nationals fan page on Facebook. It's maintained by Junk Car Willie, Rabbit Transit Garage. I believe those guys, one of those two mods, and I believe it's Jay's page actually. 2,000. Do spectator registries count? Unfortunately, no, because the vast majority of spectator sales are at the gate and not online. But we're talking about registration numbers. I want to see 150 by Memorial Day. That would be a big deal. Busy's an admin. Okay, cool. Yeah. We have a wonderful core group for this event, and while it grows a little every year, we always have some that, don't make it back. I mean, if you think about it, that's a big trip and big commitment for a lot of people. So some people can't do it every year. We understand that. And we have new people show up every year and it grows a little every year. I'd like to see it just have one year where it just boom, bumps up and goes for it. And if everybody is out there, if everybody who came brought one more channel this year, we'd have it like that. Bruce says, Mozart calls, and I don't even like Mozart that much. Okay, well, say hi to Fraser Niles for me. Lars says, the Lone Wrench Garage is sitting at 99 subscribers. Cool. He needs one more. When he gets to 100, we're going to switch over and put up the link for Rusty Four Holes. Mozart calls. I like that. I actually like going to I love to go to the symphony. Bruce says, I do enjoy your live chat. Well, thank you for coming by, man. I always like to have him in the chat. When I met Bruce, a friend of his was buying a house, and Bruce rolls up, and he's a proofreader. Can I tell him what your license plate reads, Bruce? May I? I know I can, but may I? The dude I tried to bring says his car is too fast to be allowed. No, perhaps his tech is not up to snuff, and if that's okay, then fine. But don't say your car's too fast. The event record is a 519. So, what's he running? You just have to pass tech. Yeah, there's Bruce's license plate. It's comma. I saw that. I said, man, that's just great, because those of you who know me know that I love my good grammar, composition, spelling, all of that. And I saw that on a license plate. I'm like, yeah, this guy's hardcore. We could be friends. Bruce is a cool guy. He's very different from most of the folks in the community. He's just a different kind of guy. I like Bruce. Yeah, and he wasn't a proofreader. He was a technical writer. So that's still good. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Dizzy says, Lone Wrench, the first 100 are the hardest. Yes, they are. Absolutely. The first 100 are much harder than the next 400. Keep it rolling, man. Keep putting up content. And you guys see it come up, share it out. I would love to have a 100% graduation rate of the No Name 500 this year. The No Name 500 is a little smaller because channels have re-registered in subsequent years as established channels. But so the No Name 500 is a little smaller, but no mistake, the event isn't smaller. It's just we have fewer people who they don't go back into the No Name 500. Except for Mean Street Mopar. He's got to do it this year. This has to happen. See you, Bruce. Later, man. It was like pulling teeth. Yeah, that first 100, there's a lot of people quit in that first 100. And I'm telling you, if you don't quit, you will make it. I watched every week. I would tally when we had the first 2 years, because the field was so big. We had 65 No Name 500 channels the first year, and about 70% made it. And it was very clear the people who didn't quit made it. Later, Vintage Adventure Drives. Thanks for coming by, my man. Bigfoots and Mopar says, I'm still giving you guys a head start. Still no car to assemble. Well, that will contribute it. Dizzy says those James and James boys rocked it. Yes, they did. And they put out first-class content, worked really hard, and they did it in a week. From 40-some subs, I believe, to over 500 in about a week. I think it's 11 days, maybe. But yeah. And when I saw them register, I mean, you understand, when you're not familiar with somebody and you see them register, you're like, man, I don't know. Did they do this for anything? But boy, they showed us. They just crushed it, crushed their goal. Now, I don't recommend waiting that long, and maybe they didn't. Maybe that's just when they heard about the event. The best time to start is in the off season. That's what One-Eyed Cat Don did. What Don did is he started right after his being a spectator at the first No Name Nationals. He says, I'm going to get my subs and I'm going to get them early. And he did. Don is actually a good role model for how to budget your time and work a little here and a little there and get it done. Good role model for that. Barrows sends a super chat. Thank you, Barrows. I appreciate it. As you know, I do not solicit super chats on this channel, but whatever you send goes directly into the coffers of the No Name Nationals. So thank you. We appreciate it. Lone Wrench Garage is headed to a car show tomorrow. Hopefully get new content and these subscribers. Yes. You know what? If you did little shorts, do a bunch of shorts at a car show. That is a gold mine. Shorts at a car show. I think, and I'm serious, if you go to a car show tomorrow, Lone Wrench Garage, and you try to do, like, I'm not even kidding when I say like 50 shorts, you'll more than double your subs tomorrow. I would think that would happen. Good to see you too, Barrows. Bruce said, I had to come back to tell you about my license plate. Glad you're back. I mean, the Mozart may start calling, but, you know. Junkyard D says, Lone Wrench, are you bringing the A-Team van? That's a good question. Make a video when you get home from the car show, too. Yes, make a video, but yes, I agree with that. Try to knock out like as many shorts as you can at that car show. Do a short on every car there, and you watch. It will do amazing things for your subscribers and your morale. You're like, wow, look at the fruit of this labor. I literally think you can double your subs from tomorrow. See, Scott's telling you like it is. Walk around each car, post a short a day, post a few a day. I'm going to attempt to do my first live. Not sure how it'll turn out. That's great. If you want to do a live from that, that's awesome. Do remember, though, live audiences get built over time, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. But if your goal there is to get subs, the shorts are going to be more bang for the buck over the live stream. Not telling you not to do it. I'm just saying, if you want to go live just to have fun going live at a car show, by all means, do it. I'm just saying. Or go live and do shorts and do both. But I definitely wouldn't trade doing a bunch of shorts for doing the live. If you're doing that for the purpose of subs. If you just want to go live and do a live remote from the car show, that is awesome. And I'll try to click on it if I get a chance. Junkyard D should have made one on how to find your wheels, according to Crystal. Tell us what that's all about, Junkyard D. Now, here's a guy right here that can help you get subs, Barrows Garage. If you focus on getting videos, even just shorts out there, and improving them as you go along, you will make it. So, for those of you who don't know, we got some new people in here. Let me tell you something. I remember when I announced the first No Name Nationals in the dead of winter in 2022. And I get this video, this announcement video from some guy that I had recognized in the chat of YouTube before. I clicked on his channel. He had 42 subscribers. And he did, you know, just a shaky video from his phone or something in the garage, snow on the ground, and he was out there doing it. And I said, you know what? I don't know what he's going to do, but with this guy's work ethic, he's going to make it because he's out here in the snow doing this, right? And how many subs do you have now, Barrows? That was Barrows Garage. He's a rock star. Later, Lunar, you have a good evening. Live streams help with view hours. They do, but I'm just talking about subs to qualify for the No Name Nationals. Yes, there's values to do live streams. I agree with that. But I'm just saying that for the purpose of subs, make it happen. Bruce says, in the parking lot of a hospital, a guy asked me if I was a doctor. Not imagining anyone would imagine a doctor driving a car as old as mine, I asked him why he thought so. Bruce says, turns out he thought comma was actually coma. There we go. I like where people will not use a comma when they should. Like I saw, I don't know if I saw it on a shirt or what, but the shirt said, "Time to eat grandma" and "time to eat, comma, grandma" mean two completely different things. Barrows has 7,000. Yes. Barrows really learned how to win at YouTube, and you should avail yourself to his knowledge. And Barrows, you and I need to get together for a content creator workshop in the month of May. Let me know which Sundays work for you, and let's make that happen. Junkyard D says that if Lone Ridge Garage brings his van, you might get a call out. He wants to run B.A. Baracus and make that fool pity him. Junkyard D says, some little thieving POS stole my rear wheels at No Name Nationals last year. You're kidding me. Oh, turns out it was my co-pilot. I was going to say, I can't imagine. All right, Danny Boyd had to do it. I was thinking, I saw that on a shirt once too. Comma, 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 Camellia. Yeah, Bruce needs that on a shirt. Out of here unless I think of something amusing, which isn't likely. I've met my daily quota. Well, cool, man. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. I really enjoy talking with Bruce. Bruce brings things to my attention and consciousness that I probably shouldn't know. But once he does, then you can't unhear it. Like the word issue, the word awesome, the word epic. He and I we're too much alike with that kind of thing. Later, man. Thanks for coming by. Yep, I sure did. And they have their place about 0.001% of where they're used, but yes. Time for an exorcism. Yeah, I agree. Lone Ridge Garage said that van of his ran 20s in the quarter when Buff had it in Tucson. Cool. Barrow says he'd be more than happy to help any Sunday after 5. Mountain is good for me. Yeah, usually I was doing them Sundays at 5 Eastern, but we will work with you. We can always adjust that. We just need to find something that's not a Friday, and we want to try not to tread on anybody else's regular spot. We don't want to do that. Unless maybe we want to have them as a guest. That may work. Oh, yeah. See, I'm with Bruce on all of this stuff. I always say the only things that are impacted are bowels and teeth. Okay, well, now you got me started. The modern media and this style of writing, the word impact, they love it, and impactful. What's the other one they use all of the time? Impact and impactful, and there's one other one. It's escaping me right now, and I hate it. It's a popular word that is such a poor choice of word. I'm trying to think what it is. But impactful is definitely one. But there's another one that bothers me just as much. Not synergy, but it's close. I'm trying to think. How about a V8 swapped minivan class for one van? Maybe. Here we go, Bruce. Here's something you didn't know. Dizzy says, my wife in 87 was the first patient to be put in a drug-induced coma with a new way. Before, survivability was 50%. New way survivors went up to 80%. My idea what to use. Yeah, here we go. And Bruce says, issue is ridiculous. Yes, I agree. Issue is ridiculous. Now, I'm trying to think what that other word is. And it's impactful is one of them. I can't think what it is. I'm glad I can't think what it is, but it bothers me. When it occurs to me, I'm going to tell you. Thumper says you can spot a commie because they always say, let me be clear, since very old. They love that phrase. Solution. No, I can't think what it is. It's, I wish I could think of it. It'll occur to me. It'll occur to me. Bruce says, note that I chose to up my blood pressure instead of listening to a concert. I wish I could think of that other word. That's bothering me. It's going to occur to me in the middle of the night. Yell it out. What does the word mean? Okay. So let's let Bruce do this one. Bruce, you may have the honors, sir. Tell us about the word impact/impactful. Tell us what will be a better use of that word. I wish I could think of the other one. But it seems like there's two of them that the local news tries to use when they want to sound more articulate than normal. And it just sounds so stupid. And impactful is one of them, but I can't think what the other one is. Anyway, whatever. I think, well, that's one. Gravity. No, but you're on the right track. You're on the right track. I can't think what it is, though. Effective. No, it's not that. It's not that. It's a word they use, and it's what is the word? No, I can't even think of it. If I could think of what it meant, I would know what the word is, but I can't think. It's one of these crazy little fad late model words that people use to attempt to sound extra sophisticated. Cave Dave says, I hate at the end. I don't know. What do you guys think are some of the most ridiculous expressions you hear? That'd be a good one to ask. Bruce says he's tired of the superlatives applied to everything like awesome. I agree, because if you think about it, if everything is awesome and everything is epic, no, it's not. There are some things that are awesome. I've seen the Grand Canyon, and you know what? It was awesome. It's awe-inspiring to see something like that. That's awesome. A skateboard trick where you don't fall and break a rib is not awesome. There's no awe in that, right? Awesome should be reserved for true awe. Dizzy says, I know it and you know it too. That phrase, I don't maybe at the end of the day, okay, there's one. Lars says a breakthrough. Is this for the guest the giveaway? No, we'll do the giveaway. Oh, yeah. Here's a good one. Bruce says a number of. No, I think it's any number of. Any number of. I want to see some more of these phrases, and then we're going to do a giveaway. Danny Boy says, if everything is awesome to you, then you're just standing there mouth agape and speechless through your whole life. This is true. Now, I don't know that I've heard this one particularly. Safe and effective. You mean like medicines and such? Is that what you're talking? Junkyard D says, epic is overly and incorrectly used, drives him crazy. I agree. Danny Boyd says, religions co-opted the word awesome too. Oh, yeah. Well, here's a good one. I like it. For the greater good. For the greater good. That's an interesting one. I'll tell you a phrase I hate is the phrase, somebody do something. Because it means that there's a problem, not an issue, a problem. There's a problem, and it needs to be dealt with. And I am not going to be part of the solution, and I don't know what the solution needs to be, but somebody else needs to do something about it. I don't like that. Natural is a marketing ploy. Everything is natural. I don't know, man. Truck wheels on a car is not natural. That's a crime against nature. Dizzy says the best thing for all. I don't know. That might have a place in the toolbox. I don't know. Diecast Dream says 99% effective is 1% ineffective anyway. Yeah, that's more philosophical. I'm thinking of phrases. Mohawk said, I hate when people say, whenever I was here last. Like you don't remember when you were here. A lot of people don't remember when they were there. My dad remembered when he was in Vietnam because people were trying to shoot him. So, I mean, yeah, some people remember more poignantly than others when they were in a specific location. You might be right. Oh, well, I see that all the time. People using the incorrect word. And spell checker won't catch that, of course. Mostly peaceful. That's a good one. Mostly peaceful. Would you drink a barrel of mostly wine? Would you drink a bottle of mostly Dr. Pepper? Follow the leader. I hate that one. Why? 42 guys do that on a race in NASCAR every weekend. What's wrong with follow the leader? There might be a place for that. I don't know. Interesting. But it does stand to reason that Dizzy would have different phrases than I do. I think that's Lars's favorite expression right there. I wonder where he heard it. Well, if is the biggest word in the dictionary because the most hinges on the word if for that reason. Oh gosh, yeah, Vic's right about this one. I can't stand same difference. Oh, can't stand that one. Phrase totally awesome was worn out in the 80s. Yeah, it's just superfluous junk. It always was. Bruce says, I'm letting myself get drawn into pet peeves about language. If I keep at it, I'll be here until Mozart's 400-year birthday anniversary. Well, we're going to do another giveaway. So, Bruce, do you have the ability to text? I would like for Bruce, if you can, text me any not two-digit, it doesn't have to be two-digit, any number between 1 and 100 that is not the number 37. So any other number between 1 and 100 that's not 37. Text me that number, please, if you would, sir. I'm going to do a giveaway right now. And I'll show you what we're giving away. Well, while Bruce is doing that, I'm going to give away one of these. Now, you see that line on this shirt? And it doesn't have to be this shirt. I got a couple like this. Somebody whose name rhymes with John Wilburn had some of these sitting right by the office window. And they were folded and they were in a place where they got like a bleach mark from the sun. So I now have some like brand new, never worn, No Name Nationals shirts that have some goofy bleach mark. And they don't have to look like this. It might be like on the shoulder. It might be. So what we're going to do is, and none of these numbers count yet. I got to get it from Bruce first. Till I get it from Bruce, nothing counts. I'm not even going back and looking at this stuff. I'm not even going back and looking at this stuff. I'm going to make a post in there, and anything above it won't count. But anyway, we're going to give away a shirt. And so if I have one in your size, you'll get one of these, and it'll have that weird irregularity to it. If I don't have one with the irregularity, you'll get a perfect one. How about that? None of these numbers count until I get one from Bruce. I'm going to tell you when he gives it to me. Nobody gets to jump the gun. Planned obsolescence. Dizzy, that's a real thing. Grease will cover that fader. I don't even know how bad it is. I just noticed there's a couple shirts that have it, and it bothers me. So I'm going to give away an irregular, a custom 1-of-1 No Name Nationals shirt. How about that? And if we don't have one like this, you'll get a brand new one out of stock anyway. So as soon as Bruce sends me the number, we're going to do it. And while we're looking at that, this is going to be for a different live stream while I'm waiting on Bruce. I'm going to do a firearm training live and give one of these away. This is a cold steel replica of the Spetsnaz shovel. This is my personal shovel. They're sharpened, and they are awesome. These are just great tools right here. And I strongly prefer the Soviet version to the American version. But this one is reproduced by Cold Steel. There used to be these reproductions that were poor quality on the market, and they just weren't very good. The one that Cold Steel makes is excellent. And so I'm going to be giving one away. I'm going to be giving one away on a firearm training live here pretty soon. So I just thought I'd show it off. This one's mine. You can't have this one. But I'll be giving one away. And I'm sure you guys will find how will it kill zombies. I actually took a training class on how to fight with this thing, believe it or not. You can cook with it. This will stop a 9mm round, at least a target round. We did it. They're stout, man. Oh, man. Well, Bruce, can you email me? Email me any number between 1 and 100 that's not 37. Can't be 37 because you used that tonight. Any number between 1 and 100. You can email it. You can get Lori to send it. If a number shows up from Camp Bruce here in the next few minutes, you're going to get to do it. We'll even. Cool. Excellent. Thank you. We'll let our friend Bruce pick the winning number. And when he does, I'll write it down. I'll just airbrush the shirt back to black. Yeah, I mean, it's an irregular. I think it's goofy. We'll do it for a giveaway. And what I'll probably do is the rest of them, if they have any of that, because I got some like, it just bugs me that I did that. Note to self, don't put your tubs by a window. But if I have any others, I will put them on sale. All right, here we go. All right, we have a number. Give me a second. All right. Go for it. As soon as I see it, I'm going to ask for confirmation. Oh, it's flying. You know, Indecisive Garage, I can only accept one number at a time, so. All right, we have a winner. I'm going to ask Colleen to do Colleen is the secretary. Lars is the lieutenant. Colleen is the secretary. So I'm going to text Colleen the number. Colleen, I want you to check and make sure. Tell me who you see have that number first. Because I think I see it, and I just want to make sure that you get the same one. And it has to be a number by itself. Although, I got to say, I love this. I really do. I really like that. But I can't accept that. I like it, though. I do like it. Hey, I'll use one of those ridiculous phrases. Think outside the box. Boy, has that one ever played out. Colleen, I want you to tell me if anybody got that before. I don't think so. Okay. We have a consensus. We have a consensus. And that is, I just do. I was going to highlight it. Thumper, 23. Now, here comes the catch. What size shirt do you need? You just get with me offline. We're going to hook you up. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about that at all. We'll hook you up. But the main thing is I just need to know what size. Because if it has to come from my stock, you might look like you're wearing a bench shirt, you know. I'll see. I probably do have a 3X. Thank you, Colleen. Yeah, Thumper wins. Blue Grid says, my wife says, really, and that's not usually a good thing. Yes, congratulations, Thumper. I never win anything, not even races. Well, you won that. You won that. And I need to see, I got a lot of stuff going on at the moment. So we've got Dizzy and Rust Before Holes, I believe, each won a Car Buddy. And Thumper won this. So there we go. Cool. Yeah, we got you, Thump. If I don't have one in, I'm pretty sure I have one in stock, but if I don't, I will make sure you get it. 38 says, we won't believe you next time you say that, Thump. Lone Ranch has got, oh yeah, Lone Ranch has its 100. So, you know, we got a half hour left in the live. Let's change the pin. Gosh, sorry about that. We need to do that. All right, there we go. All right, so now the pinned link at the top is for Rust Before Holes. We got a half hour. Check that channel out. If you've not yet subscribed, see if he earns your sub. And, you know, share it out on your social media channels. Let's help these guys. They need a little bit of a kickstart. So see what we can do for them. They're worthy, deserving community members. And most of you guys here in the chat remember when you were a No Name 500 channel. I believe Thumper was. Mean Street Mopar is. Mopar's Mustangs Minivans was. Heaven's Mopar Scott was. You can do it. Bruce says, gotta go. Thanks for the entertainment and hypertension enhancement. We do what we can. Thank you for sending me that, though. That was fun. Number says, if I can do it, anyone can. Happy Mozarting, Bruce. Dougster's here. Howdy. Thanks for the support, Lars. Lone Wrench Garage says, Lars is supportive of everybody in the community. He is a stand-up guy. We really appreciate Lars. He helps me a lot. Lars is the lieutenant, and Colleen is the secretary of the live stream. She's really good when I need admin. Of course, she and Lars are both really good at my admin stuff. And Unfinished Project is great, too. He's had a lot of things going on that have kept him from being able to enjoy Friday Night Lives as much as he usually does. But Unfinished Project is great, too. They are super mods. Turbo Tom 416 says, I will be at Cedar Point tomorrow going 101 mile per hour backwards, then 120 forwards, than 405 feet up and over the top hat. What in the world is all of that? Yes, check out the Content Creator Workshops. Bear Rose and I say he's got his Sundays available for May, and we're going to put one on the schedule. We've got to do that. And they will change your trajectory. If you are struggling on your subs and you come to the Content Creator Workshop and you do what my esteemed guests suggest, you will get them. It's that simple. Because, and you know, I'm just some dude that, you know, runs the Friday night. We have fun. I get guests on who know what they're doing. People like Bear Rose and Buck and Lars. And I've had Bad Tree Blake. And I've had lots of guests from the community. And they know stuff. Rusty Four Hole says, thank you for all you guys are doing to get me toward that 500. Mayberry, the 61 Ford wagon wants to play. Well, we want to see you bring it. And the thing is, do remember this too. We're not talking about consolation yet, guys. It's the second day of May. There's all kinds of time. But even if you don't get your 500 subs, come on. You'll still be able to cruise your car to Lambert's. You'll still be able to bring your car. I mean, you know, we just have to honor, you know, the 500 sub, because it's that grinding that out, it just builds community so well. It had exactly the desired effect we were hoping it would. And you can do it. You can do it. 38 Racing says, I got told today that some of my content was not appreciated by the powers that be. What, did you make a conservative video? Lars is the guy that made a short I have been using as my intro. Lars made the intro on this live stream. Lars made this intro. The one that you guys see. And, you know, that intro is always first. Let me see if I can do something. Watch this. I'm going to try to do something. For those of you who have never seen it, is there anybody in here who has never seen the intro on Friday nights? Because there's some people who are just never here right at the start. If you want to see it, I'll play it. Lars made that. When is the workshop? It'll be a Sunday in the month of May. 6th Street Garage did win a No Name Nationals hat. You can panhandle for subs to gate, but don't wait till you're at the gate. Get them ahead of time. Tom got his 500th at the track, and I called him up there to get in the group. He got his 500th as we were lining up for the group photo. Nobody has ever made it later than Tom. But it was great. Crumb Rum, the Pits, and Me, the Salt. I agree. The ads interfere. Were you guys getting ads? Is that? I don't know. I don't get them, obviously, because I'm the one streaming. Okay, since there's a few people here who haven't seen the intro, I'm going to play it right because I just want to show off. This is Lars' handiwork, LP94. Let's see if we can do this. I hope I can. I don't know if it'll let me. I'm not sure that it will. Oh, wait a minute. It might. Yeah. This is Lars' intro if you haven't seen it. So how was that? Well, that's weird, having the intro and coming back to a live in progress. Ooh, it was so weird. I'm so used to that being how the live starts. Who's the dude on the moped? You want to tell him? The One-Eyed Cat says, dropping my No Name Nationals video tonight. May do a premiere right after. Oh, yeah, that's great. So, yeah, right after this live, there's going to be a premiere on the One-Eyed Cat channel. So, cool. Yeah, check it out. That's great. So, head over there to Don. Don, if you want to put up the link Text the link to Lars or to Colleen, or if you got any of their numbers. If you don't have their numbers, send it to me, and we'll put up the link to it so people can watch it. The coolest channel there was on the moped. Junkyard D. Wearing the first No Name Nationals hat. He had one before I did. I kid you not. JYD Rock. Yes, indeed. Junkyard D. He's such a good dude. And this whole community is just full of great people. And for those in here who have never been to the No Name Nationals, what you're missing out on, a lot of people don't yet know how to appraise the event. You meet all of these people and so many more in person. And what you will find is that, in my experience, and I think you'll find it too, is that these people are better than you could imagine they would be. They are more welcoming. They are more down to earth. They're even better people than what you experience in the chat. You get to see such a big, broad cross section of the personality, and you hang out with them, and you're camping on the grounds and everything, and they're just great. Man, I have never seen a fight or argument or anything at No Name Nationals. Those people just getting along great, and that's what it's all about. So if you've not been, that's why you go. Danny Boys, is this not Andy Wood on the monkey bike? No, it's not Andy Wood. If there was video of Andy Wood on the monkey bike, that could be different. That moped operator was the returning slow race on the monkey bike. Yeah, the slow race is becoming a thing. The slow race has gotten to where it's kind of making its own thing into our program and everything. It's be a little bit more sanctioned part of the event this upcoming year. They've done this slow race a few times. I don't know if they've done it 3 years. They've done it 2. And it's really good. And so they've got their whole program in the pits of a slow race. And Dougster is the MC for it. And it's a thing now, right? So we're going to promote it with the event a little bit here. I like it. I think it's great. Everyone is genuine. Yes, that's what you find. That's what you find. It's wonderful. Slow race champion, that is. I like the slow race. I got to see one in the pits one night. It was great. But I will say, you can't get carried away cutting up in the pits, which is a good thing. But got the track operator living right there. And they are so cool and so good to us at the Skelton Family Raceway at the Sykeston Drag Strip. They are so good to us, and we really appreciate them. Cave Dave says, this year will be my 4th. Cave Dave, why don't you register and come out and get on the track with us? Dawn, you have to bring Doug's microphone this year. I'm home. Hope I didn't miss much. You missed some giveaways and stuff. Thumper says, I'm fatter in person. No, let me tell you about Thumper here. He says this stuff, Thumper, the sweaty fat guy username. He says all this disparaging stuff. My mom was at the second No Name National. She was at the first and second, and she got to meet Thumper. And, of course, we'd never seen him. We'd only heard him. You heard his voice, said, oh, that's Thumper. She said, he's a nice-looking guy. He doesn't look anything like what his username would have you think. Thumper looks like a power lifter. I mean, that's, if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. He looks like a power lifter. Stocky with the buggy whip arms, like big bench pressers, how they're built. Lars puts up a link to the slow race video. Cool. Slow race, is that an oxymoron? Not if you see it. You got to see what they do. It's cool. It's fun. Watch the video, Matthew. Lars put up a link to it. And that's just something. There's all kinds of fun little traditions that have cropped up at the No Name Nationals organically. And it's just, that's why you go. It's worth doing. The operators of the track, I visited them a while last year. Yes, they are. Possum and family. It's Possum and his whole family. They're wonderful. Great crew there. Great crew there. Man, and Possum, that guy works so hard. Like anything we need, that guy bends over backwards to help us. Best track operator around. Buggy whip arms, never heard that? Oh, that's a thing, man. That's people that have the little short pterodactyl arms, you know, or the T-Rex, not pterodactyl, the T-Rex arms. All the big benchers, you know, usually have, you know, they're built really thick, right? Like big chest, big gut, short arms. That's like the typical bench press build. I don't have it. I got the, you know, these long, crazy long arms and a wingspan over 6 feet. Just like my mom. My mom was 5'3" and had a 5'7" wingspan. I'm 5'9" and have a 6'1" wingspan. Not conducive to the bench. But great for deadlifting. Vintage Adventure Drive says, if it's on a bike, I can win that slow race. Practice hard, enduro. Put your money where your mouth is, man. Get in on that slow race. Talk to Junkyard D. Yeah, it's fun. Here's a link to the One-Eyed Cats premiere. Thank you, Colleen, our newest member of the moderation team here. So check that out. Yeah, it'll be right after this live. Barkley, Angie, Lindsay, excellent people. Yes, they are. Great people. Great people. Barkley, he's always doing things to help out to run the No Name Nationals. We appreciate Barkley. Vic says, my daughter has T-Rex arms. We bought her a shirt with a T-Rex on the front that says row, row, row. I can't imagine that because these guys that have the short arms always make better bench pressers, you know, and I just never had that. I'm like, I have to press that thing way off the top of the rack before I come. And I can press it clear over the top of a lot of them. They're dead anyway. Whew. That's why I've never had a big bench either. Big Block 402 says, I have a walker for these knee surgeries, so I'm a competitor now. Slow race. I get that. Cousin Cletus. Stuff with Cletus in the house. How's it going? Thanks for coming by. Cletus, what are your No Name Nationals plans? We missed you, man. Mohawk agrees. Super nice people. Yep. May have Big James drive Candy Cane. Yeah, he would be a good shoe. Yep. Not often that people get a jockey that's 6.5 feet tall, but Big James is a good racer. Clean and jerk and snatch, the weightlifting. Oh, yeah. You know what? So I never did much of that stuff, but I knew somebody who taught it at the weight club. And I said, I want to take a few lessons on it because I thought it was interesting. And man, I am not wired to do that. I mean, the circuitry of the technique it takes, you know, to move under that weight and all. I respect the people who do it. I think it's great. I always thought it was real. That's why I wanted to do it because it's so hard and so different. Steph Cletus says, I'll be there in racing this year. Right on, right on. And the grill. Tell them about the grill, Cletus. Takes technique. Yeah, you bet it does. You bet it does. And what I found is the people who are good at it are super flexible. I was like, the thing on squats that got me are these guys that they just flex and they could get that bar down so low, like in the bottom of their traps to do squat. I never could do that. I can't bend like that. So I'd have that thing high on the traps. Still had a good squat, but I never could do that. And I'd see those students squatting like that. It always scared me too, because it always looked like it was so far back you'd lose it, and they didn't. If I'd ever gotten my hands back like that, I'd easily been a 550 squatter. Stuff with Cletus says the first person to beat me with a street legal car will get my grill as a trophy, meaning a car you can drive on the street and not get a ticket. We're going to let some people opine on that so that somebody doesn't try to cheat here. But Cletus, and if you haven't seen Cletus's grill, hey, Cletus, can you text me a picture of the grill? Can you do that? Because if you can, I'll put it up on the screen. Oh, well, wait a minute. That's my contact picture for him. I have it. Hold on. I forgot I had that. Okay. I'm going to do this so well, wait a minute. I want to be responsible, not flash his number. Here's the grill. Oh, focus, man. Come on. I can't quite. I should get that detail in there. Oh, there we go. There we go. There's the grill. Mohawk wants to know what car you're racing. All right, you see it here, though. The grill is a trophy. Blue Grit Garage, can we have a 2-driver car? Get with me offline. We'll work it out, Walter. Don't worry. Dizzy says, I accept that challenge, Cletus. I'm first to run you. Well, now, the first to run, we may have to sort that out because he said first, and we'll have to sort that out. Who can be first, but the bigger thing is what car is going to pass and who is first, and we'll leave up to Cletus how he wants to figure that out. So he can't tell anyone. The car is a surprise. Ooh, so it's not going to be the Volvo? Oh. Cletus, you bringing that Tesla? I've been looking at a few, thinking about getting a P100D. That might just be some misdirection from Stephen there. Cletus race chip draw. Yeah, I'm going to leave it to Cletus how he wants to do it. Cletus, if you want any help from us on how to help you organize such a thing when it comes to how the car, if the car passes yes or no for street. In other words, if you have a criteria you want us to help you with, we can help you. Again, it's your thing entirely. We can help with that. We can help you organize it if you want to do it on a chip draw, card draw, or some other random way or whatever. If you want to do a contest on your channel, I don't care. However you want to do it, I'm just telling you, we're glad to help you. He says, no, Volvo, I sold it. Okay, cool. That was a neat project. Mexican Spec says, hi, howdy. What is that in your picture there, Mexican Spec? It looks like a Chevy Suburban, like a early 70s Chevy Suburban. Is that what it is? Big Block 402 saw the Volvo in Marketplace a couple weeks ago. Yeah, I purposefully try to stay away from all of that. I don't have Facebook for a reason. Peckerwood Customs says, better late than never. I have arrived. Yes, with 5 minutes to go in the live, you arrived. We had giveaways today and everything. We gave away 2 car buddies and a shirt. It's a 68 Chevy panel truck. It does have windows, though. If it has windows, is it still a panel truck? Or people put them in there? What does that mean? Busy says Dodge is giving leases for a new Charger for $150 to $200 a month. Thinking about it. Okay. A Rally Green. I don't know what that goes with, but I love green. Dark green is a beautiful color. Mexican Spec says it has only wood floor in the back and no seats. It's very inexpensive, though. Yeah, but is it still a panel truck if it has windows? I thought that's the whole point of a panel truck, is that it doesn't have windows. Is it a panel truck somebody cut windows into? Like, is it originally a panel truck? Hey, 113 Cycles, just made it. Been watching just for a bit. First one I've caught in a bit. Yeah, man. Good to see Ryan from 113 Cycles. Great guy. If you've not met him, he's another great reason to come to the No Name Nationals. I have a short on my channel of a tattoo on Ryan's arm. If you've not seen that, it's pretty cool. If possible, could one of our mods post a link to that short of 113 Cycles forearm tattoo that I did? A lease? No, Dizzy, no. Yeah, I'm not. The whole leasing is not my thing. It's pretty cheap, I guess, for a lease, but it's just not my style. When somebody needs to be told not my style, this is what I send them. This is my answer to that. So I can get this to play. Oh, it won't play. Oh, the volume's bad on it. Yeah, that. So if any of you, I won't even tell you what that. If you know, you know. If you've seen that, if you've seen this too and know where it came from, you know. Not really my style, Bill. LSS says male Jeep. Are you talking about my dad's Jeep? No, that is not a male Jeep. He's heard that a lot. He never did like it. It's a CJ5, but it's got a factory steel hardtop. And the Jeep's original color is actually a battleship gray. There's the tattoo that I'm talking about. Lars put up the link. Thank you, Lars. It is a useful tattoo, literally. But yeah, cool tat, great idea. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Isn't it neat? No, but no, it's not a male Jeep. It's a CJ5 with a factory steel hardtop. And I've had people tell me those didn't exist. They're pretty rare. I'm going to a Jeep show in a week, and I predict it will be the only one there that has that. But I've never seen, exactly, I've never seen a factory hardtop on a non-male Jeep. Well, you have now. You can even, it's got an AMC sticker in the back and everything. They're just very rare. They're rare. I need the rods that hold the back glass down, and of course, they're totally unobtainium. I'm going to make some. They're not going to be hard to make, but I need to do that. Dennis Collins wants that Jeep. Well, nah, I'll pass. He probably wouldn't if he saw it up close. It's pretty rough. Lars puts up a link to register or buy spectator tickets for the 4th annual AHRA No Name Nationals here. Indeed. Mexican Spec says, is anybody here in the market for a 1969 Barracuda Fastback V8 4-speed and gorgeous? I would say everybody is. It just depends what the price is. And with that, thank you all for coming out. We are at the end of our time today. So we got a few seconds left. I want to thank all of you for coming out. Winners, your stuff is going to be shipped out top of the week. Make sure to catch the American Hot Rod Association channel Tech Talk Lives on Wednesdays. They are excellent. And with that, we will see you guys back here next Friday. Have a great weekend.